gentlemen, my name is Gerjan. I'm going to be your captain for this trip. The trip will take you around the village of Giethoorn and over the lake, and I'll tell some stories about the history and some sightseeing. If you got some questions by yourself, please ask them. Here on the left side, we're sailing past an old farm. Nowadays, this old farm is a museum. It's called Museum Giethoorn or Oude Maathuis. And over here you can see how the people used to live here in the past. Basically, when you're walking inside, you're going back in time 150 years. And next to the museum you can find yourself the Church of Giethoorn. This church is called De Vermaning and it was built in 1871 and it still be used every Sunday morning at 10 o'clock by the people here in the village. Also, the people who live here in the center village can marry inside this church. Then a beautiful wooden boat with flowers and candles will park here at the side by the stairs. They marry inside the church and then make a tour through the center village to celebrate, and everybody knows there's a new couple in town. Also, my parents have married inside this church in the past. And next to the church you can see the former house of the priest. Oh. On the right side we're about to sail past a black statue, and this is the statue of Albert Mol. Albert Mol was a famous actor and movie maker, and he made a movie here in Giethoorn in 1956. It's called De Fanfare, the orchestra. The movie was so popular here in the Netherlands that people built a statue for him here in the village. If you take a look to your left front, you can see a green sign besides the water with the name Geithoorn. The translation is goat horn, and it's the former name of this village. The first people who came to live here found the skulls of dead goats on the lake, so they called the village Goathoorn, Geithoorn. But through the dialect here in the area, it changed into Giethoorn.
Yeah, that's like the small. Yeah. Stop. Maybe they should be
In the front of the house on your left side you can see a small example of the official flag of Giethoorn. It's the red, yellow and blue one. The colors are from the province we're in right now, Overijssel. And if you look closely you can also see the skull of a goat on top of it, as a symbol for Goathoorn. Within a moment on our right side we're sailing past a black boat. This boat is called a punter. These boats are the boats that people used here in the past, before there were engines. The use of it is a bit familiar to the boats in Venice because the people had to push themselves forwards with a big stick. These boats are also the reason why the bridges which are going across the water are higher than the ones at the side. And in the front of the house on your right side you can see a water pump that people used in the past. And here on the right side you can see some really beautiful pink flowers.
Rhododendron.
On our right side we're sailing past a second museum here in the village, and it's called De Oude Aarde, the Old Earth. It's a stone and crystal museum. It's really beautiful to look inside. You can find stones from over 10 million years old.
Okay.買一个房。
我喜欢这边，知道了吧？知道，明白，明白领导。还算可以的，不要要求太高，比较有特色。
A lot of people who are visiting Giethoorn wants to sail with a boat by themselves. Here in the village we've got over 1,400 rental boats. And maybe you can imagine not everybody is a great captain. If you go to YouTube and search for boat crashes Giethoorn, hours of videos to watch, really beautiful to see. But here on the right side you can see another good example, because there was a tree standing over here. You can see all the big holes inside of it. That's from people who crashed their boats into the tree. It was so badly damaged they had to cut it down.
Waffle. 应该食過。
Here on the left side we're sailing past a small white bridge. This bridge is called een vonder. And it's called het vonder because we can take the bridges out of the water. For example, sometimes during the winter there's a possibility to ice skate here in the main canal, and then all the boats have to be removed. So the people take the bridges out of the water to park the boats behind the houses and the restaurants. All the houses you will see on the right side of the water are all standing on its own private island. These ones are only reachable by using a boat or using a bridge which is going across the water. So if you want to buy a house over here, basically you're buying an entire island. The minimum costs are around 400,000 euros and it goes up to 2 million euros.
它等于买一个岛，四手全是水，所以你回家的话要有船。
And here on the left side we're sailing past a small cheese store.
Question.
Yeah.
We can only walk along the main path here. We cannot go across the bridge.
No,
and
because
walk.
it's all private over there, yeah.
That's private property.
You can see it by most of the bridges, there's a fence in the middle. So you can go to the fence, but not on the other side of it.
Oh, okay.
Không biết cô. Giờ cô đi từ đâu mà câu chuyện.
Here on our left side, we're sailing past a small black building, and it's a typical Giethoorn boathouse. Because a boat is the main transport vehicle here in the village, the people want their boats to be dry and clean, so they basically just park it in a garage on the water.
Oh.
And if you take a look to the house here on your left side, and especially to the rooftop, you can see there are two different heights. And that's because most of the houses were little barns in the past. The people used to live in the front part of the house, and the animals stayed in the back. And it's called a camel roof. Most of the houses you see here in the village are between 60 and 180 years old. It's one way. You have to go that way. One way traffic. That way. Over the lake. Yeah.
자기 여기 撞了。
Wrong direction.
example of how chaotic it can be here in the village.
想的好好的，手口，就是刚好就是要这个，我也还有个动的一下，这个动马在一起。有一个那个
桥呀，桥都是世人的。
这个好玩的东西。
对。
哎。
Take a look to your left front, you can see a windmill standing over there, but it's a windmill without its wings, because nowadays it's a private house, and in this part of the Netherlands it's not allowed to live inside a windmill which has the wings attached to it. So before the people actually could live inside, they had to remove the wings.
Windmill house.
原来是个粪车，然后把上面那个拿掉，然后你可以住人。
装商贩的。这也。
没有房子是新的。
这个是。
好新的。
brand new.
没有，它有一个寿命。
Here on the left side you can see people are renewing their rooftops. The material they use is called reed. It's a water plant which if the people had their rooftop made of reed, it meant they were very poor. But nowadays it's the other way around, because every 30 to 40 years the complete rooftop has to be renewed. Nowadays it costs about €750 per square meter to do it. It takes about 2 months for one rooftop to build.
Wow, that's a long time. These are the islands.
这
get flooded?
No, it's all regulated with water pumps just outside the village. So the maximum difference in water is about 5 to 10 centimeters. And as you can see right now, we have entered the lake of Giethoorn. This lake is called Wieden, and it is named after the nature park you can see here on your left side. This lake is completely man-made in the past because the first people who came to live here were digging for peat. Basically, this lake were all small canals, but during a big thunderstorm around 300 years ago, it all collapsed and became one lake. That's the reason why it's only the maximum lake. If you don't believe me, you can try. You want? No. We can stop.
Can you swim during the summertime?
Yeah, a lot of people are swimming on this lake.
They can just jump off the house and swim out and
Just walk towards the lake.
Just look towards the lake.
yeah, it's shallow.
You can walk in the middle. Stand up.
And because it's only 1 meter 20 deep, in the winter it freezes kind of easily. So there's a possibility to ice skate also here on the lake. We've got big ice skate tours here in this part of the Netherlands. The longest one is about 250k. And it has been to be done in 1 day by the people.
Thank you. That side, that's big.
Here on the right side we're sailing past a big vacation park, and here in Giethoorn we do not call it a hotel or a motel, we call it a boatel, because if you rent a house, a boat is included.
Oh, that's nice.
You can only get in by boat. You have to come out here.
if you take a look to your left side and the other side of the lake, you can see all the white dots over there. They're all swans. On this lake in the summer you've got over 250 swans.
White swan.
Lake, we've got two different islands. There's one here on your left side, and this one has been especially made for people who want to park their boats and go for a swim or a picnic. And there's also one in your front. As you can see, there's a big house standing on it, and it's a group's accommodation where you can fit with over 45 people. Most of the times it's being used by primary schools here from the area because it's really easy for the teachers. The children won't go anywhere. On the right side we're sailing past some swans. They're a bit closer by. Side you can see the swans flying in formation. On your left front you can see some more of the punters, the boats without engine.
slow down.
They do, yeah. You try here, you have to do it by yourself. And not somebody on the boat, like in Venice.
你喜欢什么？你自己拿出来。我听见。哎呦我的天！我站着我就身体板上。
Materials towards the center village. Also, if the people are moving in or moving out, these boats are being used for bringing out the furniture towards just outside the village. Left side, we're sailing past one of the places where the reed is being mowed.
整嗰啲草曬出嚟，乾係啦，剪住乾咗嗰啲。
And this reed is going to be used for the rooftops inside the center village. you take a look to your right front, you can see some cans of milk besides the water.
milk.
Because most of the houses were little barns in the past, the people used to sell their milk towards a collector who came twice a week through the center village with a big boat. He collected the full cans of milk and left some empty ones with money inside behind. It was the way of earning money here in the village.
Đậu lại bài đi có sức này đi chịu thế này xây tàn तिकडे चालेल तिकडे
这是红的，很面，
而家冇買
有啊，擺喺度。
佢都冇牛呢個後面嗰個窿係 clay， 唔係用過。TOUREAND bed and breakfast.
Within a moment on our right side, we're sailing past one of the two last boat builders here in the village. This company is about 300 years old and nowadays is the 11th generation of the same family who's owning the business. All the boats which are made over here are handmade and made from oak wood. You can see some examples here laying on your right side. Also the boat we're sitting in right now was made over here in the past. The rooftop on our right side has just been finished 3 weeks ago. Completely new. And today you're quite lucky to be here because it's not so crowded. Last weekend we had about 25,000 people visiting Giethoorn Saturday and 25,000 people on Sunday. Last year only we had 1.9 million tourists here in Giethoorn. For example, there are only living about 2,800 people in Giethoorn itself. And because most of the houses had their rooftop made of reed, the people used to cook outside their houses. Here on the left side, we're sailing past a small white building. It's a cook's house. So the people used to cook inside the small houses and then bring their food towards their homes to eat.
呢度呢個舊時嗰啲
那个房子是厨房，
小房子，
擺到嗰陣時 natural 跟燒就更多。不過嘢呢個起咗木頂呢
好了，到了。
個翻咗嚟。
On the right side, we're sailing past Gloria Maris, a shell gallery. It has free entrance, so if you have some spare time this afternoon, you can just walk inside.
shell
share，这样就是那个贝壳的那个。
有間
或者工艺品啊，那个
brand
很熟悉这个声音。
有
这个是年纪大的。
哎，可以给我。
又係嗰啲都唔平嘅，
Yeah, there's one primary school here in the village. Yeah, if the people want to go to the high school, they have to go to the nearest city, Steenwijk and Meppel. It's about 30 minutes with the bicycle.
Oh, stop. 當做gift shop. Plastic,有啲 flower. 呢塊鏡。
On the left side, we're sailing past a house with a black sign besides the front door. It's the former house of the teacher. The abandoned building on the right side of it was the former primary school here in Giethoorn.
哦，这是小学。
formal primary school 呢個 formal house 而家唔係做 school， 而家冇 primary 嘅話你 primary 要揸廿間嘢。翻嚟啦。
We are almost back. We have reached our destination. I hope you've enjoyed this trip. Thank you very much for your attention. It has been a pleasure. If you would like to leave a tip, you can leave it beside my very own wooden shoe. Please stay seated until the boat is attached to the side for your own safety. And have a nice day here in Giethoorn. Thank you very much.
Walk by. Come on, bye.
a reason you used to spend those 2 times in your life. When you're married, you go inside, and you are
people would like to go in the mixed Spanish-English boat. Yes, and the rest of it will divide us in anyway. Yeah. English and Spanish, yeah. Well, at least I want por lo menos yo quiero la gente que habla en español con un grupo y el resto puede seguir. There are 2 boats. Yes, there are 2 boats. So my suggestion is take your time now. I'll see you at the quay over there. There are 2 boats. The Spanish group with the English people and together with the rest. And after the boat tour, you have time to go to a restaurant or to walk around the village. If you have any questions about directions, you can ask me. And importantísimo, la hora de salida aquí, the hour of leaving this beautiful village is free service. Yes. And please be in time. Sometimes we have to wait for half an hour for people, and that's not nice. That's not very nice for a group. So, have you seen it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, at the bus. The bus will be open at around 3 o'clock. Yes. Okay. I hope you enjoy your day. And the shortest